Most new watercolor artists think they're doing something wrong if their paper warps. But that is just a fact of life with watercolor. There are some things you can do to minimize it. Paint on watercolor paper. Look for at least 140 pound. Tape your paper down and you also get this really nice border. You can buy these art boards or you can just tape it to anything flat. Even when it's taped down, you're still gonna see some rippling of the paper when you paint. Just go with it. When it dries, it will flatten back out. You can pre-stretch your watercolor paper, which I never do, but you tape it down, you wet it, you let it dry, then you paint. I'm basically always too impatient for that, but it does work. You can also paint on a watercolor block where it's sealed all the way around, every edge, so it holds it flat. But then you gotta take it apart. I'll show you how to do it. I'm covering this entire piece of paper with paint and water. If you tried to do this on a loose sheet of paper without taping it down, it would definitely warp. These blocks are sealed all the way around and then they have a little opening. You can slide in a card or a palette knife and just take it all the way around to break the seal. That piece of paper is gonna lift right off and then there's another sheet underneath. It is pretty much flat. I'm actually testing this to sell it in the shop, so let me know if that is something you would be interested in. So what happens when you want to paint in a sketchbook? This is our practice book. This is the book, the actual one. And you can see it did warp the pages. The paper in the practice book is a little thinner than this paper. And the book itself is much bigger, so you're gonna get more warping. I kind of like a crinkly sketchbook. This book has heavier paper, and you can see that it warps a lot less. That's because it's smaller and it's the paper. This little tiny book has hardly any warping. These are the sketchbooks that I sell, but this is pretty much true for any sketchbook because you can't really tape it down. So here are a couple other brands that I've used, and you can see you're gonna get some warping in a book. I do use binder clips to hold the pages flat, but that's only gonna do so much. Look for watercolor paper in a sketchbook if you're gonna paint in watercolor. Warped paper doesn't mean you're doing it wrong. It just means that you're doing watercolor.